Our patient, who's been known to take a few drinks on non-occasions, vomits blood and collapses on a trip to China. Chinese surgeons cut out a foot of bowel, but the pain is worse now than it was before.
House, call your mom.
What are you, my mom?
We can continue this differential in 5 minutes.
Are those bags under your eyes? You were up all night. You told her, didn't you?
I don't know what your daddy issues are, but don't deflect them on me.
Told his wife he's been getting some strange. She kicked his adulterous tuchus to the curb.
Seriously, you told her?
Yes, I told her, but no, she did not kick me to the curb. We stayed up late talking. We're going to continue talking, much like House should be doing with his mother right now.
Anybody read Chinese? Otherwise, we have no idea what these doctors did to her.
Cutner, you're sort of Asian, right? Get it translated.
What about Meckel's diverticulum? If the surgeons didn't remove the diverticulum, it could cause pain, bleeding.
Too high up for colonoscopy. CT could miss it. Ultrasound's fastest. And since I'm fastest with the ultrasound,
House, let me do the ultrasound. You need to deal with your dad and stop.
I'm not deflecting because I'm avoiding something deep. I'm deflecting because I'm avoiding something shallow. Seriously, I'm fine. I didn't even like the man. No Meckles. You there for the rice or the re-education camps?
I was there to track down my biological parents.
Like a salmon returning to the stream where it was born. Did you become whole again, or did you get eaten by bears?
They denied my existence.
4 parents, and not one of them taught you to cover your mouth.
My God, it looks like they cut you in half.
Doctor, we're her parents. I'm
just a technician. Her doctors will be by letter. You can schmooze that.
Can you let them know that we went by her apartment, collected all her medication?
I'm a technician and a doctor.
You went through my apartment?
We found alcohol. We thought you'd quit.
Did her drinking cause this?
No.
Can you tell her it did?
Licorice root.
No thanks, I'm good.
I threw it to you for a reason. That's what the Chinese doctors gave her. It contains glycyrrhizin.
They were treating her for SARS?
Not very effectively. SARS explains the cough, causes hypoperfusion, which explains the ischemic bowel. It's perfect.
Lung involvement isn't very severe.
Okay, well, let's call it ours. Start her on ribavirin and interferon.
I yanked my brother and sister out of college. You please tell them I'm not dying.
You have SARS. I'm wearing a mask. It's a big deal. Cut him some slack.
But I am gonna be okay, right?
That's what all this stuff is for. We're gonna need the names and numbers of everyone you came in contact with here and in China. Flight numbers, dates.
That doctor that I coughed all over, is he gonna be all right?
So far, he's fine.
It's back. This is where the pain all started. Ow!
She's tachycardic. Get a crash cart in here.
What's going on? I need to know what's going on. That's my daughter.
Her liver's failing. It's not SARS. Nicole, lie still. This will only take a few seconds.
1 millimeter cut through upper abdomen.
She was adopted when the parents thought they couldn't have kids. Then they had 3 more. She took the message as thanks for playing, but we have our real children now.
And the real children probably think they're accidents, while she was handpicked. Everybody's got problems with their parents.
She's an addict. Something went wrong.
And it has to be the parents. Magnifying pancreas.
I'm not saying the parents screwed up.
You're saying you like her, so you don't want her faults to be her fault. But they're someone's fault, and the only other people you know are...
I think we may need to call House again.
CT confirmed gallstones. Normally not dangerous. Almost everyone has them. But sometimes...
They kill you?
Yep. Unless I take them out. We do it laparoscopically. How long has her urine been brown?
Kidneys were fine this afternoon.
They're not now. It's not the gallstones.
Well, of course it's not gallstones. Who thought it was gallstones?
You said steamroller.
I also said construction site.
Gallstones could cause a pancreatic cyst.
You just turn around. thing is 2 hours over already, and that's the third time we passed that colonial with a cross burning out front.
I'm not lost.
I'm not talking about what caused the cyst. I'm talking about what the cyst caused. Everything.
Cysts are symptoms, not diagnoses.
Unless it's a multiple cyst with connections to other organs, like a steamroller.
That's a long road down to the kidneys.
How do we prove it? Won't be visible on a scan. Chase isn't gonna go groping around when she's got kidney failure.
Bubbles.
Is that your new stripper name?
Yes. And also, we inject bubbles into the cyst and follow where they drift. They end up in the other organs. We know you're right. Cut it out. She's fine.
Bubbles is right. Go Echo.
Hello? It's House.
How'd the bubble test go?
Problem wasn't the cyst. It's advanced dilated cardiomyopathy.
The three-dimensional echo showed a mass in the left atrium.
Looks like an atrial myxoma, but the ultrasound images are a little grainy, so it's hard to tell.
House?
The images aren't grainy.
They sure look grainy.
Well, I've seen pictures of you where you look tall. It's iron overload. Creates speckles on the image, makes it look grainy. Also makes her pancreas fail, her blood clot, her intestine.
Atrial myxoma is more likely.
MRI for a better view. And call me back and tell me you're embarrassed because my eyesight is better 500 miles away. I need a phone number.
Way?
I'm a doctor in New Jersey, treating one of your clients, a young woman looking for her biological parents.
You know, you could just wait for the MRI to have your curiosity satisfied.
What person who is nothing like me are you saying that to? The parents look tan. The disease she has is genetic, which means they should have it too.
They don't look more tan than anyone else.
Discolored teeth?
They're farmers. The village doesn't even have a dentist.
Right. Thanks.
But if it matters, I'm not convinced they were her parents.
Why not?
Because they said they had no daughter. The man was adamant, and the woman seemed confused and frightened.
Thank you. Differential. Say you're a middle-aged Chinese woman.
Fine.
Say it.
I'm a middle-aged Chinese woman.
Girl comes to you, says that she's your long-lost daughter. How would you be frightened?
I'm frightened because she's a threat. Maybe she knows something.
She hasn't seen you since she was an infant.
Maybe an inheritance issue.
You're peasants.
Her very presence is a threat. What year was she born?
83.
She's not supposed to be alive. China introduced the one-child policy in 1979. Say they didn't want a girl. They tried to kill her.
Maybe the baby doesn't die. Maybe the father panics or regrets it, takes the baby to an orphanage. Maybe he doesn't tell his wife.
Who freaks out like she's seeing a ghost 25 years later when the girl shows up?
Why does attempted murder from 25 years ago suddenly become relevant to her health now?
Maybe they gave her something toxic. It would have to be fat-soluble.
This is fun, isn't it? Let me see the MRI.
We don't have one.
She started vomiting as soon as we started the scan.
I'll let her vomit through the MRI. That's what nurses are for. Her parents tried to kill her. I don't know how, but I know it caused her to get sick 25 years later trying to lift a Buddha. Explain. I already had this conversation with Wilson. Just go with it.
Poison?
Buddha wouldn't make it worse.
Maybe the weight stressed her back, which...
Makes sense if she's never lifted anything in her life.
She actually didn't get sick till she tried lifting it that second time. I'm guessing the weight changed.
Anybody have Taub's pager number?
What's up?
Maybe give him a call. If he tosses that switch on the MRI, she's dead. X-ray her brain. Pins. Push them through the soft fontanelle of an infant. You skewer the brain, and the hair hides the entry wounds. It's the perfect crime.
She's had them in her all these years.
What changed at the temple?
Same thing that changed in the MRI. Shockingly, not all religious leaders are honest. I'm guessing these particular monks are bilking the faithful by pushing a magnet up Buddha's butt. There's another one under the table that'll repel or attract depending on how you shift it. And she picked up that magnet and moved one of the pins deeper into the sympathetic nervous center of her brain. This sent a signal through the nerves to the blood vessels in her small intestines. Caused the symptoms in China and in the giant magnet we call an MRI. She's lucky. We're all screwed up by our parents. She's got documentation.
The pins will be removed surgically and she'll be fine. We'll wake her from the coma after the operation.
Is there any way you could not tell her?
Please. She's fragile. She desperately wanted to know her biological parents. For her to find out that they wanted her dead, I don't know what that'll do to her.
She may not be as fragile as you think.
We know our daughter.
See this pin here? It's been pressing directly on her addiction center. It's not her fault, and it's definitely not your fault. She's not who you think she is.